Hello, everybody! Oh my god! We're really here at the answer arcs, you guys! Oh my god, can you believe it? Can you believe it? We are here in the answer arcs. Oh my god. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. Oh my god! Hello, Oe, Matt, Eternal Magician, Beatrice, Chi-chan, Matt, James, Komaida, Antra, and Beatrice. Alright, I can't believe it! We're halfway through the story! Oh god, oh my god. Hello, Michael Peer, welcome to the stream. Oh my god. Yeah, apparently, for those of you worried about spoilers in the thumbnail, this character, oh, hello, April, was one of the few things I was spoiled on prior to starting Umineko, in that I only know what she looks like, her name, and one factor about her. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Episode 5 is probably the second most popular favorite episode after episode 3. That is really interesting. Given how amazing episode 3 was. Wow. Looks like I have quite a lot to look forward to. Oh my god. God damn it, Matt! You're commenting twice early. Throwing me off. Oh my god. So, now, last time, there was major shipping going on between, oh my god, as Vatler and Beatrice fought for what looked like the last time. I was dying and living to reuse a phrase that I used when describing parts of Higurashi. All my dreams and nightmares are coming true simultaneously. And seriously, that can perfectly describe the ending of episode 4 to me, where Battler was saying things like "my golden witch" to Beatrice, and her response, her expression in response, I will never forget that. Oh my god. See, a lot of people like episode 5, and episode 7 seems to be quite divisive, with a lot of people liking it, but also not liking it as well. Either way, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy them all. I'm going to say already with the question arcs, this is probably going to be, I can already tell, this, unless it goes really, really shitty, which I seriously doubt, this is probably going to end up being my favorite story of all time. Hello, Anatar. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god. The amount of love that I have for this story is just, I never would have even imagined. You know what? Enough introductions. Let's get into it. Start. End of the Golden Witch. I don't like the sound of that. Episode 5. Good morning. Please enjoy this new game by a new game master. I wonder who that is. At your leisure. However, the game has already reached a climax. The culprit has been cornered, and there's nothing left to do but await the final checkmate. But for that very reason, there must be something for you to spot looking down on it from afar. The difficulty is fairly easy. What could possibly deceive you after all this time? Here we go. Hello, Midnight Blitz. Interesting. I like that very obviously. Right there. That one. Hello, Night Crown. I didn't expect her to appear here! Oh my god, hello, Beatrice! Hello! You idiot. Isn't it obvious? It'll be fun to kill her and see your face twist in pain. Why else? Oh man, I'm loving this so far. Look, look. Don't turn your eyes away. Look at it. Look, 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 look. It's magic. It's furniture. No matter how much you try to deny me in magic, look, 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 look! Sorry, Battler. It was pretty fun. Sure, I just did what teacher told me, but look how great it turned out! Apparently, if you start all out all hostile and needlessly brutal, then turn incompetent and soft at just the right moment, you can spark a huge bump on your infection meter, right? Yep. Beatrice's greatest hits. And here we are at the Golden Land. Or rather, the former Golden Land. Oh, wow. I needed that. I needed to see Beatrice again. Something tells me we're not gonna see her again for quite a while. Hello, Ruka and Armora. Welcome to the stream. I have not seen the episode's portrait, but the character in the thumbnail is one of the few things I have been spoiled on in Umineko. I've been spoiled on very little about her, just her name, and obviously how she looks, and what her occupation is, but nothing else. Hello, JM Trad. Welcome to the stream. By the way, this is a new episode. I can switch the text box to the black one in the options. Sure, let's check options. There we go. Did it work? Yep. There we go. Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. I can't read Cyrillic. Welcome to the stream. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. All right, let's get back to the story. It takes a while to apply. Okay, thanks, Oe. That lonely tone was the desolate sound of the wind blowing by. The glittering rose petals on these bushes were all golden. Oh, God damn it, it went to without logo. I like with logo. The cloud of gold butterflies that had once danced through this golden rose garden like fluttering rose petals. Hello, truths and falsehoods. Welcome to the stream. Was no longer anywhere to be seen. The master of the Golden Land is the Golden Witch, Beatrice. She might be called inhumane and cruel, arrogant and outrageous, or perhaps naive and simple. That laugh of hers, which lost its grace more and more the longer it continued, could no longer be heard. Hello, Joy. Welcome to the stream. The Golden Witch Beatrice sat like a doll resting in a deck chair, adorned as beautifully as the golden rose garden itself. Oh my god, what? She's still there? She wasn't relaxing there. Her eyes were empty. Hello, Oskabe. Welcome to the stream. She didn't respond to any questions, so she's in like a coma or something. Even so, she was not permitted to sleep. Beatrice sat like a doll. Her hair was down, and Virgilia was carefully tending to it with a comb. The usual Beato would surely have spent this time complaining about this and that regarding her hairstyle. By the way, please tell me if the music is too loud or I'm too loud or either one is too soft. Because it's a new game, so sound settings might be not quite the same. However, she made no response, showed no reaction. Oh God. Virgilia. So it really only looked like Virgilia was combing the golden hair of a large doll. There was a table alongside them. On it sat a chessboard, along with a jumble of black and white pieces locked in a closely fought battle. However, the setup looked somehow different from normal chess. Maybe the game was similar, though not identical. And on the other side, sitting back in his chair as he contemplated his next move, was a young man. No, perhaps it wasn't his next move that he contemplated. Every once in a while, he would change the positions of the pieces, reconsidering the situation after every change. Maybe he was reconstructing previous games, trying to discover the thought process behind the moves that had been made. In the past, Kinzo, the Ushiramiya family head, once said that learning chessboard arrangements was like taking a journey through the thoughts of the old masters. Ushiramiya Battler was on a journey, a search for that thought process that had led the Golden Witch to create this arrangement and make these moves. Battler took a black piece that should have been moved forward and returned it to its original place, sighing deeply. Battler's pieces were white. However, on this chessboard, the black encampment was on Battler's side, turning the chessboard around, eh? He was reconstructing that arrangement, trying to play Beato's role. Oh my God. That expression on his face. Wow. Battler. I like it, actually. It looks really cute, actually. It's kind of mature, actually. The more I do this, the less I understand your moves. Hello, Sailor Moon. Welcome to the stream. Even Battler didn't expect that Beato would respond to that statement. Or rather, he was pretending to talk to himself, thinking there might be still some chance of her responding. welcome to the stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. My god. Beatrice, your hair is so beautiful. Oh my god. I wish my hair was that long away and that straight. Mine is way too wavy and curly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. But at the same time, her eyes are so sad. Oh my god. I want to see these eyes light up like they used to. With Ushirami about everything. Come on, Beato, please. Beato's eyes reflected nothing. Oh my god. And her mouth told nothing. Oh my god! 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 So she's not in a coma or anything, but oh my god, she's just. Oh my god. After begging him to kill her, the Golden Witch had become a corpse that had given up on life. She wasn't sleeping. She couldn't step down from this game and was therefore forbidden sleep. So those words must have reached her ears. However, they probably hadn't reached her heart. The Golden Witch would not sneer at Battler's moves, nor would she praise them or belittle them. By now, Beatrice was nothing more than a living doll. Even so, she would glance at him every once in a while. Oh my god. It's almost like she has PTSD or something. Oh my god. It would be an empty glance, but a glance nonetheless. Sometimes she would seem to make some sort of gesture, or even move her lips. Hello, Kalitos, welcome to the stream. However, her movements never managed to communicate anything to Battler. How did you decide on this move and in this situation? I don't get it at all. I don't understand your moves. Beato. Battler-kun is talking to you. Say something. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Giggle or guffaw or something. Even use that shrill laugh of yours if you want. Oh my god, Battler! Oh my god! Oh my god. Can you believe it? That shrill laugh of Beatrice will never be heard again. Oh god. However, even if she couldn't answer, his voice surely reached her. That was what Battler believed as he said those words. So he said it again. How did you decide on this move in this situation? I don't get it at all.
お前の指し手はよ。
I don't understand your moves.
この子の考えることはわけがわかりませんか?
So you don't understand what this child is thinking. Virgilia answered in her disciple's stead. Up to this point, she had done her best to avoid speaking for Beato. After all, there was a chance that Beato would respond in some way, and Virgilia didn't want to be the one to steal that chance. So Battler was going to have to bear with this silence until Beato herself answered. Virgilia could no longer bear to watch Battler like this. Besides, Battler also wanted to hear what Virgilia had to say. Yeah, I agree, James, yeah. Virgilia seems to be back to her old self. He believed that conversation would reach Beato's heart. Oh my god.
Ah.
Yep.
さっぱりだな。
I don't have a clue.
ベアトの立場になって、こうして駒を動かせば動かすほどにわからなくなる。
She really is like her mom. And Ronove and Virgilia are kind of like either parents or like older siblings to Beatrice. They feel like the way they interact. The more I try standing in Beato's shoes and moving the pieces like this, the less I understand. A serial murder following an epitaph. With that as a victory condition, I tried reconstructing the games from the witch's side. But I never ended up making the moves Beato did. In those games, I could find several incomprehensible moves that clearly worked against that victory condition. That's because, Battler, I really don't think that she had the victory condition you thought she did.
さっぱりわからねえ。
I don't get it at all. Battler, you gotta think. When did she randomly change her personality? Remember when she did that? It was when you couldn't answer her question. I'm willing to bet that that was her true goal in all this. Not to finish the epitaph or whatever, but to get you to remember your sin. I really think that was her true goal. I don't get it at all.
こいつの思考を探る旅路はあまりに険しすぎるぜ。
This journey through her thoughts is just too rugged.
でもあなたは投げ出さないのですね。
Even so, you won't give up, will you?
ああ、
I won't.
約束した。
I promised. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kill me. Let me die.
俺はこいつを安らかに死なせてやると約束した。
I promised to let her die peacefully.
そしてそれは俺にしかできない。
And I'm the only one who can do it. Beato's right ankle was bound with a heavy, cold steel shackle. It wasn't tied to anything, so it didn't restrict her movement. However, it symbolized restriction. It was a visualization of the bonds that prevented her from leaving the game until she either won or lost. And the shackle was probably hurting her. The mercilessly cold shackle tormented her over and over inside her waking dream. Oh my god. So there was never any sign of relief in her empty expression. Her eyelids would sometimes tremble like she was having a nightmare, and every once in a while she would let out a pained gasp. By the way, you guys, I do have a theory that I made a couple of days ago on Beatrice. I pinned it inside the Discord, and it basically entails to the fact that, well, not fact, but my theory that in the flashback we saw in episode 3, in the cliffside with Rosa, I think that might have been Beatrice's mom we saw, who looked a lot like her, but not Beatrice herself. And she was either born shortly before or shortly after that by some miracle. And then what I believe is that she looked a lot like her mother, who was probably a mistress of Kinzo's, but was sent to Fukuen House to grow up. And there she met Shannon and Cannon, and I believe she eventually became a servant alongside them. And now here's the biggest part of this. I believe that she became good friends with Shannon because of, you know, all the relationship that was shown with Shannon in episode 2. And good enough that Shannon one day may have asked her to switch places to take her shift. And I believe that during that time, Beatrice, as a little child, she disguised herself as Shannon. And on that day, it just so happened that Battler was visiting. And that she and Battler fell in love as children. And Battler at that time was in a Chuni phase, so he was saying all, like, you know, these like silly things, saying, you know, like he was probably like winning her heart, and she was probably a child who knew nothing but despair, and he probably gave her hope. But he only knew her as Shannon because she was taking Shannon's shift for that day or something, and they didn't want anyone to find out, so she disguised herself as Shannon. And I think that he gave her this hope somehow, but when he left the Ushermia family, that hope inside her, that little hope that she had in her life, was destroyed. And that's what I believe his sin was, completely forgetting about any kind of promise he might have made to Beatrice, who he thought was Shannon. That's what I think happened. Now, what doesn't fit in with this is Virgilia. Hello, Olive. Welcome to the stream. Like, I don't know how Virgilia would fit into this. Because if she grew up in Fukuen House and miserable, then what is the deal with that whole flashback when she was with Virgilia? Was that like a little happy moment she had? Like, or maybe that was, you know, the whole thing about having her previous life before being born, like, you know, her original body. I don't know anything about what that was up with. And also, how did she get all these witch powers and stuff? How did she make all these crazy magic or illusions or whatever it is happen? Like that, I have no idea how that... Oh, god damn it, Matt. Okay, so never mind this theory. Fucking hell. I guess it's wrong then. God damn it. I really like that theory too. Yeah, you're right. Oh, that is also possible. That is also possible. Maybe she confided in Shannon because, like, they were close friends. Like, close enough to be able to swap places, like two characters in Higurashi often did, with similarly disastrous consequences. But yeah, that is, yeah. Yeah, that is possible, Matt, that she just told Shannon about it because they were close friends. Alright, anyway, back to the story. Sorry about interrupting the story for this. But anyway, also this theory plays heavily into my biases about, Battler and Beatrice getting together. And like, cause I don't know, I don't know if you guys could tell, like I've kept it really, really low key and everything. So it's been really subtle and all. Like, I don't think I've mentioned it all that often, but I ship Battler and Beatrice. I know this may come as a shock to some people, like seriously. But yeah, I ship them a huge amount, beyond huge. And that theory plays right into my own biases and wants for the story to, have them be romantic together. So I get it's really biased. So I don't know. Holy shit, we have 37 people now already. You guys are insane. I love you all, seriously. Oh my god. So, yeah, that's probably the... that's probably, it's probably wrong because it's playing heavily into my own biases for what I want from the story. So, that's a major thing going against it. But anyway, yep. Merry Christmas, you all. Merry Christmas Eve right now, I should say. I had some lovely eggnog earlier. Love eggnog. I hate that it has so much sugar, but I love it. Beatrice, I don't know. Shippings rarely come true. Like, the best I'm hoping for, honestly, Beatrice, is that, by the end of the game, maybe Battler and Beatrice will have some kind of understanding and, some kind of amicable split. Like, they'll smile at each other as they wave goodbye, like from their two worlds. Like, and like, maybe they could have been like friendly at one point, but I don't think it's actually going to happen within, because again, that's just due to my own biases for the story. But until then, I'm going to eat up all the lovely shipping hints that I can find. So you'll all just have to bear with it. I'm sorry. I just love shipping a lot. I really do. And I love these two a lot too. These two together. So, even though it has like maybe a slight chance, at the end. Like maybe even not a chance at all, really, but I like it. I like the thought of it. And I loved the White Jay thing. In Tsubasa. I love the Tsubasa White Day special. That was so amazing. All right. You know what? Let's get back to this. Sorry, you guys. So there was never any sign of relief in her empty expression. I'm just glad she's still alive, honestly. I thought she was dead before this. I am so glad that she's still there. I did OA, but, but, that's how things are and things. I mean, like... It's what I want to happen. I think that'd be quite selfish of me to try to, expect that from the story. So, choose. Oh my god, Jamtrad! Banjo going, I love you. And Battler going, I love Amelia. Oh my god. Jamtrad, that would be... Oh god. Fucking hell. Oh god, that would be horrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah, alright, let's get back to the story here. Says there was never any sign of relief in her empty expression. Her eyelids would sometimes tremble like she was having a nightmare, and every once in a while she would let out a pained gasp. Unless I win, Beato will never be released from the curse that prevents her from sleeping peacefully.
良いのですか?
Are you sure you want to be doing this?
第5のゲームはもう始まっているようですよ。
It seems the 5th game has already started. Wait, why is there a 5th game if Beatrice is like catatonic like this? Who is starting the 5th game?
興味ね。
Not interested. Why should I take part in any game unless Beato is my opponent? God. And then they throw shit like this at me and expect me not to shift them. If that's the only alternative, then it's a much better use of my time to reconstruct previous games while taking a journey in search of Beato's thought process.
次のゲームマスターは私がやるわ。
Damn, she got some new sprites here.
I'll be the next game master. Any objections?
Oh, Lambda's stepping up to the plate. Okay.
ないわよね。You've got none, right?
依存だらけよ。
All the sprites seem like they're redrawn or something. It's really interesting here. I've got nothing but objections.
ベアとは戦いを放棄して人事不正。
Beato conceded the fight and is unconscious.
ベアとの不先輩でゲームオーバーでしょ。
Isn't this by loss a default and game over for her?
確かにベアとはいろいろとあったんで、今はちょっぴりノックアウト気味。Oh, and there are lots happened to Beato. Yeah, she's basically been KO'd for now. でも戦う気力を失ったわけじゃない。
Oh my god, you guys! I'm sorry, Doi. That's the best I could do to... That's the best I could do. Oh my god, Valor would kiss the princess. Oh my god, that, yeah, in my dreams, you guys. If Valor would kiss her to wake her up. Yeah, that, in my fucking dreams. That would be... Oh my god. It's incredible that if they're giving all new sprites to everybody. I have thought about that for a long time, Ji-chan. How to voice the new character whenever she comes up.
She's basically been KO'd for now. But that doesn't mean she's lost the will to fight. だからつまり私は介助役ってわけ。That's why I'm acting as her assistant. わかる? Get it?
Beato was lying down on a deck chair, almost as though she was sleeping. However, she wasn't sleeping, and she wasn't awake either. I originally, you know what, Doi? I have an answer to that question, actually. I originally gave her that voice because I thought she was going to be just a minor jokey character that only showed up randomly at times and just was very lighthearted and just silly. So I tried to give her the silliest voice possible. And look how that turned out. So I've been slowly adjusting ever since the episode 3 tea party. Oh my god. However, she wasn't sleeping, and she wasn't awake either. She was nothing more than a living doll that had given up on victory, who had asked Battler to perform her last rites, and who had surrendered everything. Of course, if everyone just sat around, the next game, the 5th game, would never be made ready. So Lambda Delta had succeeded Beato as the next game master and announced that she'd prepare the next game.
ふざけるな。
Quit messing around.
これは俺とベアとのゲームだぞ。
This is a game between me and my wife, Beato.
お前らどこの誰か知らねえが勝手に話を進めるんじゃねえ。
I don't know who you two are, but I'm not gonna let you carry on without us.
あんたに意見は求めてないわ。No one asked for your opinion. どうすんのベル。What don't you do, Burn? 受けるの？受けないの？ Accept my challenge or not?
いいわ。
Sure.
あんたが引き継ぎなさい。
Go ahead and inherit her role.
なんだとふざけるな。
Thanks for the warning, OA. The hell! Quit messing around!
お前ら何者か知らねえが俺とベアとを無視して勝手に話を進めるんじゃねえ。
I don't know who you people are, but I'm not just gonna let you ignore Beato and me and just carry on by yourselves.
落ち着きなさいよ。Hey, take it easy. 確かにプレイヤーが変われば指し手も変わる。Okay, sure. New player means he'll face new kinds of moves. あんたにとっては戸惑うことも多いかもしれないけど。I'm sure you'll see a lot of stuff that confuses you. それでも大きなヒントになりうるでしょ? But even that might lead to some big hints. Get it?
知らねえよ。
Damn. Who cares?
勝手なこと言って仕切ってんじゃねえ。
Quit saying whatever you want and deciding everything on your own!
ベアとのゲームを4つも繰り返して何もわからないんでしょ。
Beato's game is repeated 4 times and you still don't understand anything, right?
ならプレイヤーが変わるのは大きなヒントになると思うけれど。
In that case, I expect that swapping out opponents might lead to some huge hints.
大きなお世話だ。
That's none of your business!
これはベアとが用意し、俺を対戦相手に指定した。
This is
俺たちのゲームだ。
This is our game! Beato prepared it, and she designated me to be her opponent! Oh, God!
どこから湧いてきたのかもしれないお前らにかき回されるのはごめんだ。
I don't know what hole you two crept out of, but I don't want you screwing things up!
ならベアとを起こして次の準備をさせて。
In that case, wake Beato up and make her get the next game ready.
できる？
Can you?
ベアとはしばらく起きねえよ。
Beato won't be getting up for a while.
それに新しいゲームなんて必要ね。
Anyway, we don't even need to have another game.
あいつがこれまでに出題してきた4つのゲームの譜面だけで十分だ。
The 4 games she's already laid out are more than enough.
仮に第5のゲームがあるとしても、それはベアとが出題し、
Are
俺に挑むものだけで十分だ。
You guys are amazing. 48 people, you guys are... Oh my god. And even if we do have some 5th game, there's no reason it shouldn't just be a puzzle Beato lays out and I take on.
お前らには何の関係もない。
There's absolutely no reason for you two to butt in! Exactly, Ji-chan. Vatler is like, I don't love her, but only she is worthy of being on my opponent and I respect her and blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. Seriously, Ji-chan, oh my god. The way Battler is acting right now is giving me such life. Oh my god. Battler couldn't hide his irritation at the two witches called Lambda Delta and Burncastle. Neither did I, J.M. Trad, who had shown up well after the game's start, and who were now trying to take charge on their own. I wonder, Doy, if they told him that. If they told him that most of his blue truths were wrong. It looked like these witches were of even higher rank than Beato. So high, in fact, that even Beato's teacher, Virgilia, couldn't even come close. Battler had the feeling that he'd seen these two several times before. You totally have, Battler. What are you talking about? Oh my god, I gotta read your comments because they're too funny. From Ruka. I totally don't love her or anything. I definitely don't want to have hot, passionate sex with her, baka. Battler, incompetent Ushremia. And James is, Battler is really angry that these two girls are trying to move in on the Animal Crossing file that he and Beatrice share. Oh my god. You guys are amazing. I seriously love the fact that you guys are here with me on this. Oh my god, that is absolutely right, Antra. Welcome to the stream. Episode 4, Battler talked all about getting back to Angie as fast as possible, but he has plenty of time now. Jeez. However, this was the first time he'd known their names and spoken to them directly.
You can't get the next game ready without waking Beato. That's why I'll prepare the next game. We aren't so patient. That we're willing to wait forever for Beato to regain consciousness. Of course, if you were willing to play Prince Charming to her Sleeping Beauty, then things might start moving along a bit.
No way. Jeez. Hello, Cucumber Marin. Welcome to the stream.
Right, Burn.
I don't like boredom. It really ticks me off. We don't really give a damn whether you're bored or not.
Come on now. Leave everything to this perfect Lambda Delta Sama, okay?
Don't you dare say her catchphrase!
I'll take over as a game master. Don't worry, I don't play with too much absolute perfection. Just like Beato, I set up plenty of incomprehensible fakes, clues, and bonus hints. I'll make this game a huge hint that'll help you understand Beato's world even better, okay? These are the answer arcs after all.
Letting my voiceless emotions explode, I slammed the table hard. The two witches didn't flinch at all. One grinned. The other looked indifferent, as though nothing had happened. The two of them just stared at me silently, as though they were reproaching me.
And what's this? Not satisfied? Are you saying you'll step down from my 5th game? Isn't that a loss by default?
バトラーは降りないわよ。
Battler won't step down.
もちろん第5のゲームにも参加するわ。
Of course, I'll participate in the 5th game.
勝手に決めるんじゃね
Don't just decide that for yourself!
え。お前らに俺は付き合わない。
I'm not gonna play with along with you two.
知ったことじゃない。
I don't give a shit.
あー。
ならやっぱり不先輩ってことよね。
But it really is a loss by default, right?
このゲームは魔女側の勝ち。
The which side wins this game?
人間は屈服ってことでお開きでいいかしら。
Is it really okay to end this with the humans surrendering?
降りるなら不先輩でゲーム終了だけどいいの？
If you step down, the game will end with your loss by default. Get it?
たった一人残された妹が。
If you want to guarantee that your lonely sister always meets with miserable circumstances in an endless number of worlds.
無限の世界のすべてでたどる不幸な境遇を確定させたいのな
That
らそれ
option.
も選択よ。
God damn it. That option is indeed open to you. Don't worry, I'll make sure that she has the most miserable life every single time. God damn it, Burncastle. Seriously. Ugh. When Burncastle mentioned Angie, Battler's expression changed instantly.
てめ
You bastard!
え。エンジェのことを気安く口にするんじゃね
Don't you dare talk about Angie so lightly!
あなたにこの私奇跡の魔女ベルンカステルが味方しているからこそ。
Because you have an ally in me. Burncastle, the Witch of Miracles?
エンジェにはひょっとしたら家族が帰ってくるかもしれない奇跡の余地が残されてるのよ。
There exists the possibility of a miracle in which Angie's family comes home to her. Of course, I'm holding that possibility hostage, but just ignore that part.
あなたが自らそれを捨ててエンジェの無限の未来すべてを不幸なものに確定するのもまた私には一興だけれども。
Well, if you do throw away that chance and guarantee that Angie's endless future is all ended in sorrow, that might be pretty interesting too, I guess. I vaguely understood what she was saying. Until I win in Beto's game, I'll remain trapped in this bizarre world. And if I abandon that victory, then most certainly my parents and I will never return to Angie. For Angie's sake, even though I know that the witches are toying with me, I must keep on fighting.
くそ。
Damn it!
なに
What's wrong?
その不満そうな顔。
You look unsatisfied.
自分の妹をグズグズのひき肉にされた怒りもう忘れちゃったの？
Have you already forgotten how angry you were when your sister was turned to mincemeat?
プチプチブチブチ無数の焼けたペンチで引きちぎって細切れにしていくあの光景。
You know, that spectacle where she was torn to bits, ripped to pieces by countless red-hot pliers.
今度はちゃんと真正面で見ないとダメ？
You better watch more closely next time, okay? Aw, thanks, Ji-chan. Burncastle pointed the palm of her right hand upwards. That was just like Beatrice did last time. As she did, a pale light gathered there, and some kind of blue glowing crystal appeared there. A scene was reflected on its sharp surface, but it wasn't the scene that surrounded them now. If you looked deep into that crystal, that fragment, then you would probably learn what was reflected there. If you stared at it, then you'd surely see the end Angie finally reached, after waiting 12 years and giving up everything for the sake of her beloved brother. The scene of her death throes, as her entire body was torn to bits while she still lived. Damn you! Wait, does the video description really say the game is Tsubasa? Are you sure? It doesn't say that for me. For me it says episode 5. I don't know why it's saying that for you. Guppy Force, welcome to the stream, by the way. Okay, good. Alright, it says Chiru for you? Good, okay. Without thinking, he grabbed her at the collar. But as soon as he touched that, which made her perform, it disappeared like foam on the waves. Okay, so some people it says Chiru and some people says Tsubasa. Probably, yeah, for people who arrived early, it might have still said Tsubasa, yeah. Then, as naturally as though she'd been there from the beginning. That's probably because you were here early, OA. Yeah, I can see for the people who came really early, I think it might have still said Tsubasa. Then, as naturally as though she'd been there from the beginning, Berncastle was leaning against a distant wall. If you step down from the game, this will become not just a fragment, but a definite reality. I won't be the one to create that future. You'll do it yourself. So decide, okay? Figure out what you want to do with your beloved little sister's future. Battler's fists shook with anger, but even if he swung them down, he wouldn't be able to hit Berncastle. This witch was like a phantom, or a cat who wouldn't even let someone pet her if she didn't wish for it. I don't know why it's saying that, OA, because in all my options, in everything I can possibly see, even in categories, it says game Chiru. The game is Chiru. I don't know why it's saying that. For you guys. And she was telling the truth. For Angie's sake, I can't step down from this fight. Even if these unpleasant witches hijack the game board. Have a good lunch, Joy.
That's just like you, Bern. You're even heartless when you threaten people. Oh, that's so hot. That's how it is, Butler. You aren't allowed to step down for the game board. You and Beatrice are nothing more than pieces on the board that exist to distract us from our boredom. Even your incomprehensible anger and irritation make for a wonderful treat to satisfy us. Well, what you're doing now only makes up for a cheap snack, though.
30円で2枚入ってるカレー味のポテトせんべい程度ね。
Unlike those curry flavored potato wafers that sell for 30 yen a pair.
女と。
You damn witches!
エンジェのためにも戦いなさい。
Fight for Angie's sake, okay?
そしてベアトのためにもでしょ。
And for Beatrice too, right? I mean, come on. I think we all know what's going on there. Damn! Even Berncastle is catching on! In the way that was admonishing, or perhaps babying. Like the headache you get after eating something too sweet, Berncastle tormented Battler and smiled. By now the host of this tea party, Beato, was absent. The guest witches were already making themselves at home.
どうすんの？後ろ宮バトラー。What'll you do, Ushiromiya Battler? Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. You want me to be like Beato, right? I'll try it again. Ushiromiya Battler. You got it? Was that good? Was that like how she said it? 運命に屈しちゃう？ Will you surrender to fate? Just step down. You've had enough of being toyed with as a witch's piece, right? It sure is tough being one of Burns' pieces. Just ask Angie. I'm sure she'll use you and throw you away just like she did with Angie.
あなたに降りる選択肢は与えてない。
I'm not giving you the option of stepping down.
妹の未来のために戦い続けるの。
Keep fighting for the sake of your sister's future.
私は味方よ。
I'm your ally.
その未来にたどり着けるよう、あなたが勝利するまでサポートするわ。
Until you win, I'll support you so you can reach that future.
私が退屈するまで永遠に。
For all eternity, until I get bored. You get it, Battler? You get it? You get it? I really hope you understand what she's fucking saying. Do you get it, Battler? I can't let her provocation and cajolery rile me up. These witches know I get mad easily, and they're trying to take advantage of that. Battler withstood it all, and finally relaxed his clenched fists. If you want to start this fifth game of yours, go ahead and do it. Do whatever you want.
Why, yes, I will do whatever I want. Thank you very much. Oh, hey, where are you going?
Even though Battler acknowledged this fifth game, he turned his back on them, much to Lambda Delta's surprise. If you're gonna be Beato's substitute, then I'm sure that Berncastle witch over there can stand in for me if she wants. Not a bad idea. Better than a loss by default.
Oh, what the heck? Are you gonna just ignore this episode 5 that I put so much effort into making? Come on! Look at all the new sprites! And there's probably new music too! And new characters! No!
Hello, Void Dweller. Welcome to the stream.
Rude! Rude!
バトラーはしばらく休憩するそうよ。
Battler says he's gonna take a break for a while.
それまでの間、私がプレイヤーの代役を務める。
Until he comes back, I'll be a substitute.
それでどう？バトラー。
How's that sound, Battler?
そうしやがれ。
You do that.
なに？ラムダ。
What's wrong, Lambda?
間抜けなバトラーじゃなくて、私がプレイヤーだと遊んでくれないの？
So you'll refuse to play if it's against me, instead of that fool Battler?
そんなわけないわ。Of course not. ケルンと一緒に遊べて嬉しいわよ。I'm glad I get to play with you, Bernie Burns. さあさあ、遊びましょう遊びましょう。Come on, let's play, let's play. ラムダデルタ様の超ハイパーでキュートに可愛いエピソード5を一緒に遊びましょうよ。Let's play together in Lambda Delta Sama's super hyper and cute episode 5!
一応、ベアトの作った世界なのよ。
This technically is a world Beato created.
世界観ぶち壊しにしてないでしょうね。
You aren't going to ruin the atmosphere of the story, are you?
大丈夫だってば。Oh, don't worry about that. 私そういうのの空気は読める方なのよ。I'm really good about reading between the lines for that sort of stuff. ちゃんとベアトっぽい世界観でもっと面白い物語に仕上げてみせたわ。I made sure to use a Beato-ish atmosphere to make a tale that's even more interesting. バトラの休憩終わったら早く戻ってくるのよ。Battler, make sure you come back as soon as your break's over, okay? You are the protagonist after all. 見逃すともったいないわよ。It'd be a shame to miss this. ベアトの秘密に迫れるようなボーナスヒントをたっぷり用意してるんだから。I've set up plenty of bonus hints that'll get you closer to Beato's secrets. You know, like her 3 sizes. I'm sure you want to know that, right? と見せかけてミスリード満載で、ますますに煙に巻く気なんだけどね。Oh, at least that's what it'll look like. When it's actually filled with misdirection that makes stuff more and more confusing. ちょっと、こらバトラー、魔女の話聞いてんの？Wait, hey, Battler, why aren't you listening when a witch is talking?
Without answering, Battler disappeared into the darkness. After shrugging and cackling, the witches immediately started playing with the game board that they had stolen from Beato. I gotta read James's comment here.
It's okay, Burn! For this episode, I drew you 200 sprites with 5 different outfits. I had 20 different songs composed for you, and you'll be the most broken character in the fighting game spin-off!
Oh my god, James, that was fantastic. Can those witches really understand Beato's game?
同じゲーム版を使う以上、この子にできないことはできません。
Since they are using the same game board, they cannot do anything this child cannot do.
しかし、この子がやらないことはやれます。
However, they can do things that this child wouldn't do.
やらないこととは何だ?
What do you mean, things she wouldn't do?
チェスの道具はチェスで遊ぶために存在します。
Oh my god, look at her, look at her, look at her! Look at her. Look at how beautiful she is. Oh my god. The materials of chess exist so that you can play chess.
それを使ってトランプをすることはできない。
You cannot use them to play cards.
しかしチェスの駒を相手に投げつけてぶつけたり、チェス盤に落書きしてみたり。
However, when it comes to throwing chess pieces at your opponent and scribbling on the board,
そういう行為をすることも不可能ではありません。
such things are not impossible to do.
しかしそれはチェスに対する冒涜だから。
As soon as I get a better face, Ji-chan, that's when. Jeez. However, that would be blasphemy against the game of chess.
誰もやらない。
So people choose not to do that. Oh god, she is. Oh my god. That definitely wouldn't be chess anymore. Beato's eyes seem to cloud slightly with sadness.
ふざけやがって。
Damn them!
これは俺とベアとのゲームだ。
This game's between me and Beato.
他の誰にも冒涜はさせない。
I won't let anyone else defile it. Oh, jeez! I love it when he talks like this. Hello, Ronove. At that time, gold butterflies gathered and Ronove appeared, holding a tea set with black tea.
紅茶のおかわりはいかがですか?
Would you like some more tea?
もらえるか?
If you wouldn't mind.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
いかがですか?
So,
お嬢様の思考を探る旅は?
how goes this journey of yours in search of milady's thoughts?
さっぱりだが楽しんでるぜ。
I don't have a clue, but I'm enjoying it. Oh my god, Battler! Oh my god! Every single thing he's fucking saying now is like...
しかし、よろしいのですか?
However, are you sure about this?
こちらでくつろがれていても。
Is it truly alright for you to relax here?
あの魔女どもが勝手に進めてるゲームのことか?
You mean that game those witches just started all by themselves?
ええ。
Indeed.
先ほど紅茶をお届けに伺った時には、もう第一の番の殺人が起こり。
What? Oh my... Wait, what? Are you serious? Oh my god! Oh my god, what? Already? What? What? Just now when I went to serve them some tea, the murders of the first twilight had already taken place.
もうじきその次の殺人も起こりそうな気配でした。
And it seemed as though the next murder would occur shortly. When Beato and I were playing, the game would be paused whenever someone left their seats. However, those witches wouldn't pause the game just because I wasn't around. See, Beato is a good player too, or rather player one, I guess, in this case. She's not gonna play while you're not around. She's not the type to freaking unpause Mario Kart when you have to go to the bathroom.
ロノウェは奴らのゲームを見たのか?
Hello, cutie pie. Welcome to the stream. Ronove, did you see their game?
一部ではございますが。
Just a part of it.
どうだった?
How was it? Ronove lifted the pot high with an elegant gesture as he poured the black tea. After finishing that, he finally spoke. He gave us his impressions of it.
愛がありませんな。
It did not have love. Damn.
愛ってなんだ?
What do you mean love?
これは失礼。
My apologies.
女性風に申し上げるとです。
That is how a woman might put it.
男性風に申し上げるならば、義理が通らぬと申しましょうか。
As a man, one might call it dishonorable. I understood what those words meant. When I met Virgilia's eyes, she shook her head slightly and stared at the floor.
上辺は大変よくお嬢様のゲームに似せていると思います。
I believe it resembles Milady's games greatly on the surface.
根本が大きく異なっています。
However, its foundation is quite different.
それはベアとのゲームのルールに反することなのか？
Does it go against the rules of Beato's game?
いいえ、反しません。
No, it does not.
ラムダデルタ様はお嬢様のゲームのルールを実によく理解なされております。
Lambda Delta-sama actually does understand the rules of Milady's game very well.
しかし、
However, Battler stood up. There was no need to make Ronove say any more.
バトラク
Battler-kun.
ロノウェイ、すまない。
Sorry, Ronove.
せっかく入れてもらったけど、紅茶はいらねえぜ。
I know you went to all the trouble of pouring this tea for me, but tea isn't what I need.
やはり参られますか。
So you will go after all.
ああ、
Yeah. God, I love these new sexy looks Battler has.
俺たちのゲームに部外者はいらない。
Yeah. We don't need any outsiders in our game. Oh my god, Battler! These guys weren't even here in the beginning. Because I've been loafing about, crazier and crazier witches had been introduced. And now they've hijacked the game between me and Beatrice.
取り返さねえとな。
I've got to take it back!
ベアとのゲーム版は今は俺が扱ってるはずなんだ。
Ah! Oh my god! Right now, I'm supposed to be the one taking care of Beato's game board.
その俺がここでぼんやりしてるわけにはいかない。
That means I can't just sit around here.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
その言葉をこの子に聞かせてやりたかった。
I wanted to let this child hear those words.
きっと聞こえていますよ。
I'm sure she hears them.
お嬢様はそれにお返事することができないだけです。
The lady is simply unable to answer. Oh my god! I just can't get over how beautiful she is. I really want her face to be lit up with all these expressions again. Oh god. Beato lay there silently, like a living doll with dull eyes. The game board she created for herself has been hijacked by incomprehensible people and was being turned into a mess. If I was designated to be her opponent, then Beato must have created this game for me. I've got to take it back. Oh my god! Jeez!
待ってろ。
Oh my god, he's being all sexy now. I can't help it. Jesus Christ. Wait here.
俺が取り返してくれ。
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go and take it back. Oh, look at her eyes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Of course, Beato didn't respond in any way. That's right. If she can't respond, then I'll have to protect it in her voice! Oh god!
行ってくるぜ。
I'll be right back.
バルギリア、ロノウェイ。
Virgilia, Ronove.
黄金の眠り姫の面倒を頼むぜ。
Oh my god, he said it! 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 He said the thing! He said the thing! Oh my god! 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 I'm counting on you two to look after this golden sleeping beauty. Oh my god, Valor! Just kiss her already!
はい、お任せ。
Yes, leave it to us.
いってらっしゃいバトラ君。
See you later, Batler-kun.
そしてどうか
And please,
この子のいないゲームにてこの子の何かを見つけてあげてください。
in this game without this child, try to find some part of her.
もしそれを見つけることができたなら
If you can.
たとえこの子が不在であってもあなたはこの子と戦ってくれたことになる。
Oh, why is everything so romantic now? Ah! That's not a bad thing in any way. Ah, Beatrice! If you can, then even if this child is absent, it will mean you have fought with her.
そうだよな。
Hello, Seagriff. Welcome to the streams. Oh, well, I'm so glad you can make it this time, Seagriff. You're right.
あ
Ugh,
あ、全然ダメだぜ。
it's all useless.
俺は何をやってるんだ。
What am I doing? Let's go. And let's take it back.
魔女ども、待たせたな。
Sorry to keep you waiting, witches.
俺の休憩は終わりだぜ。
My break is over! When he faced the jet black heavens and yelled this, the whole world shattered, as though it were made out of thin glass. Then, as though it had been that way since the beginning, it transformed into that smoking room where Battler had fought Beatrice so many times, and which the two witches had now hijacked.
なにあんた what do you think you're doing?
今頃戻ってきたの？
You're only coming back now.
超遅すぎ。
It's way too late.
もうゲームは2日目どころか大詰めも大詰めよ。
Not only has the game reached the second day, it's already at the finale, get it?
バトラがいつまでも来ないから私が勝手に進めちゃったわ。
I mean, you never showed up, so I just advanced things on my own. Yeah, like you even waited for me in the first place.
ベルンはあんたよりずーっと頭が冴えてて痛快だったわよね。
A bird was way more skillful and thrilling than you were, right?
うるせえ。
Shut up!
プレイヤーは俺だ。
I'm the player!
大悪の魔女どもは引っ込んでろ。
You substitute witches can just take a step back now.
別に今から参加しても構わないけどもう出番ないわよ多分。
Well, I don't really mind if you join in starting now. But there's probably no need for you anymore.
確かに。
Seriously?
だってもうクライマックスもクライマックス。
After all, we're already at the climax.
これで多分ベルンが詰めてゲームセットだもの。
After this, bird will probably corner me and win.
なんだと。
What the hell?
いいんじゃない？
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
最後の詰めくらい見物しても。
Why don't we let him watch the final endgame?
そうね。
Of course!
おいでなさい。後ろ宮バトラー。
Come on over, Shimiya Battler.
もうほとんどおしまいだけど私の作ったキュートでエレガントなゲーム。
It's almost completely over, but here's a cute and elegant game I made. Episode 5. End of the Golden Wishy.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, are you serious? We have 60 people here. Oh, you guys are amazing. 62 for the freaking beginning of episode 5. I love all of you, seriously. What the fuck just happened to Shruvi and Jessica? Her corpse was found in the cousin's room on the second floor of the guest house. The direct cause of death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm her death with absolute certainty. Okay, so the ones who are alive haven't changed. I'm just checking if the ones who still are alive. Okay, so yeah, the ones that are alive haven't changed. Ushirimiya Hideyoshi. His corpse was found in a guest room on the first floor of the mansion. A demon stake had pierced through his back. The tip of it reached as far as his lungs. Because he was lying face down in his bed, it is unthinkable that this was a suicide. Ushirimiya George. And Shannon, and interesting, Shannon and Cannon are still alive, but their partners aren't. His corpse was found in the cousin's room on the second floor of the guest house. The direct cause of death is unknown, but his neck is sliced open by a sharp blade. So, he and Jessica seem to be killed at the same time. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm his death with absolute certainty. I'll say, okay, save here just in case? Sure. Because it's been known to crash. Servant Genji. Genji died again! I swear, if I never get to see Genji fight, I am going to be so fucking pissed off. His corpse was found in the servant waiting room on the first floor of the mansion. The direct cause of death is unknown. Okay, he's the first Twilight, so of course he didn't get to fucking fight. Damn. Oh, God. This is a very interesting mix-up of survivors for the first Twilight. All the kids are dead except Battler. Next slide confirms has absolute certainty. Rosa, corpse on cousin's room on the second floor of the guest house. Sharp blade, absolute certainty. Maria, second floor of the guest house. Sharp blade, absolute certainty. And new meta world profiles, you said. Oh, this is new. This is new. Hello, Midnight Blitz. Golden Witch is the Endless Witch. Beato's Peace, who speaks on behalf of the illusion of the witch. Interesting. She claims all of the crimes on Rokujima were caused by the illusion of the witch. In the 5th game, she clashes with Berncastle, who denies this illusion. Because she herself is nothing more than a piece, and higher plane version of her has stepped down as game master, she isn't in a position where she can know the truth of the 5th game. Oh my god! This puts her in a different position than the one she held in the games before now. Oh my god! So we're gonna see Beatrice as a piece. Oh my god. That is super interesting. Berncastle, the Witch of Miracles, also known as the witch who knows that miracles don't occur. In the 5th game, she participates as a player in opposition to Beato. However, from the very beginning, her aim has been to deny the illusion of the witch. Her only goal is to crush Beato and her world as a way to stave off boredom. Though she does deny the illusion of the witch, she is no ally of Battler's. Lambda Delta in place of Beato, who stepped down from the position of Game Master in the 4th game. Lambda Delta serves as the new Game Master in the 5th game. Therefore, it is expected that while the fifth game may be quite similar to previous ones, there will be differences. She hates boredom as much as Berncastle, and depending on the situation, she may become either an enemy or an ally to Beato or Bern. Virgilia, a now retired endless witch and Beatrice's teacher. She used the endless magic properly and devoted her life to the smiles and happiness of many people. She taught Beatrice the endless magic, believing that Beatrice would also devote herself to the people, and retired. Though she was Beatrice's teacher, she was also a magician employed by Beatrice's family. For that reason, she interacted with Beatrice in a manner fitting for a servant. Some point to this as a source of Beatrice's arrogance and recklessness. Ronove. One of the 72 great demons, works for Master in exchange for various forms of compensation. He currently has a contract with Beatrice as her butler, head furnisher. He's become proficient as housekeeping ever since serving in many households, and his ability as a butler is very high. In the high society of witches, employing him has become kind of a status symbol. Furthermore, the cookies he bakes are superb, and witches will often form a line demanding them. He must possess tremendous magical power, but since he always stays out of the spotlight to further boost his master's reputation, his combat capabilities are unknown. Gop, one of the 72 great demons, also Beatrice's friend. When a magician demands it, she grants the ability of instantaneous movement. She uses this extraordinary power for playing pranks mostly. Her specialty is hiding keys in bags during busy mornings. However, in the context of closed room mysteries, this power becomes an ultimate weapon that can easily strike a finishing blow. Her queen bee strikes are likely to piece any and all detectives, forcing them to surrender. I think the seven sisters are all the same. I think these were the same as well. Yeah. Battlers, okay. And Ushimiya Battler, the man designated to be Beato's opponent in the first 4 games. In the 5th game, he was displeased that Lambda Delta has taken over as a game master, so he does not participate as a player. Look at these! Look at all these empty save files that we're going to fill up. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited to fill up these? I know I am. Wow, look at this, a blank spot. Now, here we go. The second day. Oh my god. We completely missed the first Twilight. Look at all these new redrawn sprites. Right now, no humans exist on this island except for those in this parlor. And with one exception, it has been shown that none of them have committed murder. And the culprit is among these people.
Oi, oi.
Whoa, whoa. Everybody's excited for something. I wonder what it is. That means it's conclusive, ain't it?
魔女が犯人で魔法で殺人を犯したわけでない限り
Unless the culprit is a witch who committed murder with magic. That is.
あんたなの
Oh yeah, George is dead. She must be... Eva must be so enraged beyond all reasoning. Oh my god. It was you.
あんたがジョージを主人を殺したの
And Kiyoshi. Oh god. You killed George. Killed my husband.
どうしてよ
Why?
どうして
Why? Hello, Zakuto.
私は殺していません
I didn't kill anyone.
私は何も
I didn't. In a panic, and with a voice that was far from calm, in a manner that was, to put it coldly, unsightly, Aunt Natsuhi denied the suspicion placed upon her. However, there was no longer any way around it. She stood up, brushed back her long hair, and pointed it out at Natsuhi and said it one more time. What?
あなたが犯人です。
You're the culprit!
後宮夏日さん。
It should be Natsuhi-san! Oh my god, what? New opening! Damn, this is epic as fuck! It's like a shield around the island. Holy shit, this opening bops! Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at this! Hello, Pataki P! Oh my god. Oh. This opening is incredible! Angie. Oh. Holy shit, I love this song. Oh, there she is! I've thought long and hard about what voice to give her, based on the little I know about her. I have to see more of her personality. Oh my god. Oh my god! Damn, and there's breaking the cow box over the island. Oh my god. This song was that was an amazing opening! Oh my god, Occultist no Majo is the song. Oh my god, thank you guys, thank you OA and James. Oh my god. That was amazing. That was an incredible opening. It's Natsuhi. Please open up. As she knocked loudly and repeatedly, Natsuhi yelled. Shortly after, there was a heavy clunking sound, and the sound of the door to Kinzo's study unlocking could be heard. As the door opened, a heavily sweet, venomous odor flowed out. You could just send me a YouTube link. Oh wait, that should be fine. Natsuhi was always ashamed of how she automatically grimaced at that, even though she thought it rude to the family head. Krauss was waiting for her inside the study. Natsuhi flew into his arms. His father, is he?
Calm yourself.
今南條先生が見ている
Dr. Nanjo is examining him now.
With an uncertain gait, Natsuhi walked towards the center of the study, supported by Krauss. That's right, it's officially Christmas, you guys. Merry Christmas, everybody. In Australia, anyway, in my time zone. Have a great Christmas, Eternal Magician. Oh my god, you guys are awesome, you know that? You guys are so freaking awesome. There was a dignified bed fitting for the Uchimiya family head could be seen, along with Nanjo, Genji, and Kumasawa.
Nanjo-sensei.
Thank you, Ji-chan. Dr. Nanjo. His father. After sighing deeply, Nanjo left the side of the bed. On the bed, Kinzo could be seen lying down, asleep.
He died peacefully. I don't think Kinzo-san had any regrets.
Oh my god, so They made Kinzo die of natural causes then. Right here. Oh, everybody's saying Merry Christmas in the chat. Thank you. Oh my god. So, but now in episode 4, we learned that Kinzo was completely just... He had died long before the conference. Father! Father! Sobbing, Natsuhi slumped over the chest of that man who had fallen into a sleep from which he would never awaken. Madam, please stay strong. I didn't realize she was so close to Kinzo. Oh wow, jeez. She is so close to Kinzo, which is odd. It's really interesting why she would be so close to him. Father! Father! This is just too sudden. Natsuhi couldn't stop crying over the death of the man who she had loved like a second father. I do remember that, Matt, but I don't think he got to tell her that every single time. Kumasawa rubbed Natsuhi's back, consoling her. Krauss slumped into his late father's favorite chair. By sitting there, he might have been immersed in memories of his departed father. Or perhaps that by sitting there, he might be able to understand just a bit of the madness of Kinzo's later years, which he had never been able to comprehend before. And Nanjo, just as he had when Kinzo once sat in that chair, contemplating a chess move, turned his back and looked down over the outside world through a crack in the curtains.
If only he'd been sick in bed for a year or so first. I do wish he could have died after a grace period, during which the proper arrangements could have been made. It's the other way around. We should be glad that he was in high spirits until the very end. At least that's true as far as public appearances are concerned.
Nanjo understood that as well. Ushirimiya Kinzo, who had risen like a comet and glittered like a supernova in this post-war business world, had died. His funeral would probably be of a fantastic scale, and it would be the ceremony marking Krauss's inheritance of the headship. He would have to arrange everything as the host of the event, carry out funeral diplomacy perfectly, and make it clear to all that the Ushirimiya family still had enormous influence in the political and financial spheres. As Nanjo watched Krauss, he was vividly reminded of the time when Kinzo had been suddenly selected as the Ushirimiya family head, when Kinzo had been lost and confused. In this way, he was able to understand Krauss's distress and sympathize with it. Natsuhi's sobs eventually subsided. Watching this and leaving Kumasawa to care for Natsuhi as a fellow woman, Genji returned to where Krauss was. And, as though asking what should be done, Genji lowered his head slightly.
Genji-san and I will deal with the formalities. Krauss-san, perhaps you could contact the relatives first. Krauss, with his hand still over his eyes, didn't respond. Perhaps even though he had known this day would come, Krauss really couldn't hide his shock at how suddenly it had reached them.
私と南條先生にお任せを。
Leave this to Dr. Nanjo and me.
旦那様はまずは奥様とご相談いただくのが良いかと思います。
Krauss-sama, I suggest that you first speak with Madam. Maybe she heard that, or maybe it was a coincidence. As though responding to Genji's words, Natsuhi came over. Her eyes were red from crying so much. Merry Christmas, Ruka. Thank you so much for coming. Her eyes were red from crying so much. But she apparently understood the heavy responsibility that had been imposed on them even better than Krauss did.
これからはあなたが栄光ある後ろ宮家の当主です。
Starting now, you are the head of the glorious Ushiromiya family.
お父様の後を立派に継いだことを内外に示しましょう。
Let us show everyone inside and out that you have splendidly succeeded your father.
この夏日、あなたの妻として棺を並べる日までお仕えする覚悟です。
As your wife, I, Natsuhi, am prepared to serve you until the day our coffins are laid down alongside each other. Natsuhi is so loyal. Trying to encourage her husband, who was overcome with shock, Natsuhi lent him some reassuring words. When Krauss finally lowered the hands that had been covering his face, he looked up at the ceiling with a blank expression and let out a deep, deep sigh.
どうかしっかり。
Please stay strong.
お父様の残したものを食い荒らそうと目論む輩が大勢いるのですよ。
There are a great many people who have planned to devour everything father has left behind.
私たちはお父様の名誉と財産を守るために戦わなければなります。
We must fight to protect father's honor and wealth.
それが後ろ宮家当主の最初の仕事ですよ。
That is the first responsibility of the Ushiromiya head.
分かってる。
I understand.
分かっているとも。
I do understand.
南條先生と源氏はお役所や葬儀業者への手配をお願いします。
Dr. Nanjo, Genji, please take care of the legal and funeral arrangements.
特に源氏、
Especially you, Genji.
お父様の葬儀にふさわしいものとなるよう特に手配を頼みますよ。
I ask that you take particular care and see to it that the funeral will be a fitting one for father.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
それから南條先生、
And Dr. Nanjo,
お父様は病院でお亡くなりになったわけではないので、その
father didn't pass away in hospital, so... Indeed.
場合によっては解剖が入るかもしれませんな。
Seriously, Ji-chan, I agree totally. Natsuhi is so strong. An autopsy might be required, depending on circumstances.
なんとかなりませんか。
Can't you do something about that?
亡くなったとはいえ、お父様の大切なお体です。
Even though he has passed away, father's body is precious.
傷をつけるなど耐えられることではありません。
Any damage done to it would not be acceptable.
気持ちはわかる。
I understand how you feel.
だがそういうところをきっちりすることも大切だ。
However, it is also important to deal with these matters properly.
それにこう言ってはなんだが。
And, I don't really know how to say this.
難しい親族の方々が多いんじゃないかね。
Okay, Armora, that's totally fine. Merry Christmas. You have a wonderful Christmas. I don't really know how to say this. Manage well my save files. Okay, sure. But several of the relatives might make things difficult, yes. Who knew how those vultures after the inheritance might try to find fault with them? They might claim to have found some reason to suspect the cause of death. using that as a point of contention to start some trouble. Right now, it was important not only to pay Kinzo's remains the respect they were due, but to also solidify the position of the new family head, Krauss.
わかりました。
Understood.
必要最小限にお願いします。
Please keep it to an absolute minimum.
間違ってもお父様の威厳が損なわれるようなお姿にしないように。
Make sure that father's dignity is not damaged, even by mistake.
それは大丈夫だ。
That will be fine.
安心しなさい。
Do not worry.
とにかく金蔵さんのことはわしらに任せて、夏日さんはクラウスさんのそばにいてあげなさい。
In any event, leave Kinzo-san to us and stay by Krauss-san's side.
これからが大変なんだから。
Things will start to get quite difficult from here on out.
わかっています。
I understand.
あなたもどうかしっかり。
And you too, dear. Please stay strong. Krauss was still staring blankly at the ceiling, with a befuddled expression on his face. She understood the shock and heavy responsibility he bore. Natsuhi understood her husband's feelings as much as anyone.
親族への連絡は私がします。
I will contact the relatives.
今だけは休まれてください。
Please rest for the time being. Krauss didn't respond. Natsuhi, thinking him to just be a bit unreliable at the moment, decided she must offer her support. Seeing her husband like this actually spurred Natsuhi to action. And a resolute expression rose to her face.
これから忙しくなります。
Things will get busy from now on.
今できることを始めましょう。
Let's start by doing whatever we can right now.
夫はきっとお父様と二人きりで話したいこともあると思います。
I'm sure my husband wants to have some time alone with father.
私たちは一度ここを退出しましょう。
We should step out for a moment.
そうでございますね。
A good point.
その時間はきっと今しか取れないでしょうから。
After all, this will probably be the last time he gets that chance. Being in charge of a funeral is tiring work. There's no time to shed tears. If Krauss were to ever be given time to cry for his dead father, that time would have to be now. Everyone agreed with Kumasawa's words. Even so, Krauss continued to blankly gaze up at the ceiling and didn't respond in any way. Natsuhi urged the servants to go.
私はジェシカにも話してきます。
I'll go talk to Jessica too.
今やあの子が次期当主です。
That child is not the successor to the headship.
それにふさわしい自覚を持つようによく言い聞かせなくては。
I'll make sure to tell her to be fully prepared. Okay, so this is the flashback, obviously, then.
待て。
Wait! Interesting. Here's where we get the big plot about Kinzo's death being faked. Okay, here we go. As they each started to make their way out of the study, Krauss finally spoke. I mean, not his death being faked, but I should say the opposite of that. His life being faked? Jeez, you know what I mean. They stopped walking.
はい。
Yes.
待て。
Wait.
はい。
Yes. Hadn't she already stopped walking? Just like her husband had asked? But despite that, he told her once again to wait. 2 years before. Damn. From those slightly weak words, Natsuhi understood that he probably stopped her because he wanted her to be by his side.
お前たちは下へ。
The rest of you downstairs.
私は夫と言います。
I will stay with my husband.
何かあったらここに電話するように。
Please call us on the phone if anything happens.
Okay, so the people who know about this are obviously Krauss and Natsuhi, and Genji, and Kumasawa and Nanjo.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
だから待てと言っている。
I thought I told you to wait!
When Krauss suddenly raised his voice, everyone jumped and turned around. Unable to comprehend what she had done to spark her husband's wrath, Natsuhi ran up to him.
どうしましたあなた。
What's wrong, dear?
私は何か失礼なことを口にしてしまいましたか。
Have I said something rude?
Oh, Natsuhi, don't worry. You are being just perfect.
だったらお許しを。
If so, please forgive me.
Oh, come on, Natsuhi, stop acting like me.
いや違う。そうじゃない。そうじゃない。
No, no, that's not it. That's not it.
少し待て。時間をくれ。
Wait a second. Give me some time.
ええ、分かっています。
Yes, I understand.
心を整理するためにも必要です。
It's important to sort things out inside your heart.
私たちはその時間をあなたにあげようと、ここから静かに出ていくだけですよ。
We were just going to leave this place in silence to give you some time, okay?
だからそれを待てというのだ。
And I'm telling you to wait before doing that.
いいか。誰もその場から動くな。
Listen up, no one move.
Hello, Marco J. Welcome to the stream.
一歩たりともだ。
Not even an inch.
疲れたなら椅子にでもソファーにでも好きに座ればいい。
If you're tired, then feel free to sit in whatever chair or sofa you want.
だから何も喋らずに静かに黙って何もせずにいろ。
So just stay quiet and don't talk. Don't do anything.
Those unreasonable words felt like a glimpse of how Kinzo used to be. Natsuhi couldn't hide her slight surprise at this behavior, which almost made it seem as though Kinzo had possessed her husband. Natsuhi told the servants to wait for the time being. Oh my god, that's amazing, Toy. Natsuhi's voice actor is the same as Sailor Jupiter. They do look alike, you're right. Damn. She ordered them to sit on a sofa a short distance off, approached her husband, and spoke to him in a small voice.
あなたがお命じになれば、夏日はいくらでも待ちます。とどまります。
If you order it, I will wait however long you ask. I won't move.
ですからどうかお気を静められてください。
So please try and calm yourself.
違う。そうではないのだ。そうではないのだ。
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Was it really blood, or was he actually being possessed? Krauss's disorderly style of speech strongly resembled Kinzo's. As she watched this, Natsuhi became certain that Krauss was Kinzo's son after all. And that he was the true successor, more suitable than any other person.
夏日、
Natsuhi,
こっち。
come here.
Krauss stood up and headed towards the window, trying to lengthen the distance between himself and the servants, waiting on the sofa by even a small amount. Natsuhi realized that he must have something secret to discuss.
はい、あなた、
Yes, dear.
何事ですか。
What is it?
親父に死なれてはまずいのだ。
Father dying is bad.
しかし、もうお亡くなりになりました。
But he has already passed away.
そういうわけには参りません。
We cannot turn back time.
そうじゃない。
Oh my god, Natsuhi.
That's not it.
今はまずいんだ。
It's bad that it happened now.
どういうことですか？
What do you mean?
親父の財産を担保にしている。
I've been putting father's fortune up as collateral.
相続問題になれば隠しをせない。
I won't be able to hide it when the division of the inheritance comes into question.
What?
担保ですか？
Collateral, you say?
いかほど？
How much?
メロディーランドの時、近藤君を応援したことがあっただろう。
You remember how I helped out Kondo-kun back in Melody Land?
あの方とは縁を切れと申し上げたじゃありませんか。
Didn't I tell you to break ties with that person?
私には断ったと言ったはず。
I thought you said you refused him.
どうして？
Why?
男の義理というものがある。
God damn it, Krauss. This is a gigantic facepalm moment. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god.
There was such a thing as a man's honor.
断れなかった。
I couldn't refuse.
Oh god.
Krauss claimed to hold honor as a virtue. However, Natsuhi knew that he most often used this as an excuse for whenever he reluctantly went along with some deal that he just couldn't refuse.
お金に余裕があるならいざ知れず。
That wouldn't be a problem if you had plenty of money on hand.
この島のリゾート計画でかなりの借金をされたのではありませんでしたか？
But didn't you borrow quite a lot of money for this plan to turn to this island into a resort?
ああ、したさ。
Yeah, I did.
方々で恩人に世話になったのだ。
And there were people here and there who would let me a hand along the way.
So in other words, Krauss needs a lot of money right now. Oh
それ
god.
らを返済するためにも座しているわけにはいかない。
If I'm going to repay them, I can't just sit around on my hands.
返済するためには金がいる。
You need money to repay people.
金を生むためには金がいる。
You need money to make money.
金がなければ始まらない。
You can't even get started without money.
この島の計画だって企画会社がおかしなことにならなければ順調だったのだ。
And even the plan for this island would be proceeding smoothly if there only hadn't been problems with the planning company.
都の役人とも連携は取れていた。
I made contact with the government official in the city.
東京都の新しい観光スポットになると知事の太鼓判ももらえていた。
I even got the governor's word. This would become the newest travel destination in the Tokyo metropolis.
私の根回しは完璧だったのだ。
The groundwork I laid was completely perfect.
たまたま巡り合わせとタイミングが悪かった。
Random chance and bad timing were against me.
ちょっとした運のすれ違い。
It was a bit of bad luck,
事故みたいなものだった。
like a traffic accident.
あれは事故なんかではありません。
That was no accident.
詐欺です。
It was fraud, you idiot.
あなたは騙されたのです。
You were tricked.
初めから彼らはこの島のリゾート計画など描けていなかったのです。
They were never drawing up plans for turning this island into a resort in the first place.
そんなことはないぞ。
That's not true.
土方君のビジョンは先見性にあふれていた。
Hijikata-kun's vision was simply overflowing with foresight.
世界と未来に目を向けた広大な視野は私が夢だと信じていたものなど猫の額ほどの広さしかないことを教えてくれた。
The way his eyes always focused on the whole world and the future.
夢が広がる。世界に未来に。
Taught me that things I always believed to be mere dreams were always only the tip of the iceberg for what is possible. Expand your dreams to the whole world, to the future.
夏日も一緒に聞いていただろう。
You heard him say that too, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, my fucking husband.
ええ、聞いていました。 そしてお帰りになられた後に申し上げたはずです。
Yes, I heard. I think I remember telling you what I thought after we returned home.
あの方はうさんくさい。
I said that he was suspicious.
語るのは未来ばかりで地に足がついていない。
He only spoke of dreams and didn't have his feet planted on the ground.
これ以上お付き合いしてはならないと。
I thought you must not have any further relations with him.
土方君は立派な好青年だ。
Hijikata-kun is a wonderful, pleasant young man.
彼の生き様からは学ぶことも多いぞ。
One could learn a lot from the way he lives.
彼は若いが尊敬できる。
I can respect him despite his youth.
彼のことを侮辱することは許さんぞ。
I won't have you insulting him.
Oh, Krauss. Fucking hell. Oh, God. And people wonder why my headache sprite isn't one of my main fucking sprites.
あなたは同じことを月旅行の時に申し上げた。
What the actual fuck? Krauss is, oh my God. Krauss, you are the boomeriest boomer to ever boomer. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. What the actual fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. What the actual fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, the generation that's in charge of our businesses. Oh my fucking God. Oh God. Fucking hell. Gross. Oh my God. Krauss. Oh God, just give everything to Natsuhi. Oh my God, jeez. Oh my God! That's what you said about this whole moon tourism thing!
先見性がある、未来がある、夢があると連呼され、その挙句はいかがでしたか？
Oh my God! Oh my God! Krauss! Oh my God! Oh my God! You kept saying it was visionary, that it looked to the future, that it had high aspirations, and what was the end result?
口頭無形な話だったと、あなた自らがお認めになったではありませんか。
Eventually, you yourself admitted that it was utter nonsense, right?
私はNASA の高官とか名乗るおかしな男が現れた頃から、これは絶対におかしいと確信しておりました。
Oh my God! Oh my God! Krauss! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God, Krauss! Eventually, you yourself admitted it was utter nonsense, right? I was sure something was wrong ever since that strange man showed up. Claimed to be a high-ranking NASA official.
俺はあの外国人が国際的な詐欺師だったに過ぎない。
That foreigner was nothing more than an international swindler.
あの件については私も曽根崎氏も被害者だ。
What is this, Mars 1 here? Oh my God.
Both Mr. Sonozaki and I were victims in that.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, Sonozaki, are you serious? Really?
彼の先見性は今をもって間違っていない。
Right now, his vision isn't mistaken.
将来必ず世界の大富豪が宇宙旅行をたしなむ時代が訪れる。
In the future, there will surely come up a time when the richest people in the world develop a liking for space travel.
そしてその最初の事業は民間一社によって独占されるだろう。
And the very first enterprise in that area will probably be monopolized by a single private company.
着眼点は間違っていない。
That viewpoint is not mistaken.
それを利用して 世界中の投資家を騙している国際的な詐欺集団がいて、
Okay, it's spelled differently. Okay, so it's close, but it's not the same. Yeah.
It was simply a group of international swindlers who were trying to take advantage of that fact and deceive investors across the world.
Oh my God, Krauss is. Oh God, Krauss needs to be as far away from money as physically possible. Oh God.
曽根崎という男もその一味だったと申し上げているのです。
Oh my God.
And I'm trying to tell you that this Tsunezaki man was one of them too!
あなたはどこまでお人よしなのですか。どうしていつもうさんくさい話を疑いもせずに乗ってしまうのですか。
Just how gullible are you? Why do you always just accept these suspicious offers without any doubts?
訂正しろ。
Take that back!
曽根崎氏は優秀な未来ある男だ。
Mr. Sonozaki is a man with a brilliant future ahead of him.
うさんくさくなどない。
There's nothing suspicious about him.
彼の語る夢は未来を先取りしているからこそ、それが見える者には妄想にしか見えんだけだ。
Because the dreams he speaks of anticipate the future. They sound crazy to people who can't see into the future.
女のお前には未来など見えん。
A woman like you can't see into the future.
Oh God, Krauss. Oh God. Someone get this man away from the money. Oh God. This is reminding me of, I don't know if anyone else here watches Final Fantasy VII Abridged. Like, basically when, like they're having the board meeting at Shinra, and like all the executives are just wasting money in the most idiotic ways possible, like literally placing it into cash and firing it out of a cannon. And Bert, like, oh my God. Krauss, you belong on the board of Shinra in the Final Fantasy VII Abridged universe. You really do. Oh my God.
女の私には未来など見えません。
Yes, a woman like me can't see into the future,
でも現在なら見えます。
but I can't see the present!
私の目の前で狡猾な二枚舌の詐欺師たちに丸め込まれ、騙されてなお妄信している哀れな夫の姿なら見ることができます。
Right in front of me, I can see a pitiful husband who's been taken in by a sly, double-crossing swindlers, and still trust him implicitly even after he's been tricked.
ねえ、黙れ。
Shut your mouth.
お前には金持ち業も経済も何もわからん。
Oh God, pot kettle black, Krauss. Seriously, you're the one who doesn't understand. You've probably been failing upwards your entire life because of Kinzo. Oh God.
You don't understand anything about money or business or economics.
Oh God. Krauss, I have a feeling that if you were not born into this family, you would be working a random office job.
夫の仕事に口は出すな。
Don't try to butt in on your husband's job.
And you'd probably be happier too, I think.
妻は家事だけをしてればいい。
A wife should be satisfied with doing housework.
Oh God, Krauss, so you fall back on the sexism thing. This is a freaking probably origin of sexism to make men feel better when they fail so that they're at least not a girl. Jesus Christ. What a piece of shit he's being right now.
お前は黙っていろ。
Keep your mouth shut.
Oh God, Krauss, you fucking loser. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Krauss, he could be a boxer. Exactly, Zekuto. Exactly. Welcome to the stream, Strix and Zekuto. Oh my God. Without another word, Natsuhi fell silent, just as Krauss had hoped she would. She was already far beyond anger and sadness, and the emotion that lay on the other side of those was an almost indifferent pity. Yep, exactly. Krauss, who had been in awe of Kinzo since he was very young, had started to subconsciously admire the way his father lived. Without realizing it, He had come to believe that he could only be recognized as a man in his own right if he surpassed his father. However, Kinzo had been a mad genius, the likes of which had never before been seen in the Ushimiya family's long history. That talent was a gift from heaven, and it definitely wasn't genetic, much less something that could be learned. To give the two of them a chance to talk alone, Natsuhi told the servants not to tell anyone about Kinzo's death, and they left the room for the time being. Then she invited Krauss to her bedroom and made him tell her everything about the current financial situation. These were things that Natsuhi hadn't been told about, under the assumption that a woman had no business knowing. Oh, God. Yeah, the same, Zeki. I don't know the first thing about business, but unlike either of the two of us, Krauss is supposed to have actually studied this his entire life, and he's still a failure at it. Like, that's the biggest difference. Like, you and I'd imagine, I definitely know for myself, have never studied anything about business, so obviously, to just land into this, we would of course fail. But Krauss would have supposed to have been studying this his entire life, and he's still failing. This is clearly not his strong suit. Natsuhi had herself made a point of avoiding this area in the past, thinking that it wasn't a wife's place to intrude on such matters. However, this might also have meant that she had abandoned her duty as a wife to protect her family. Hello, Game Boo. Welcome to the stream. The depths of this sin had been made quite clear to Natsuhi. Krauss was probably tired of trying to defend himself. Perhaps because he had gotten a headache, he hid his face and sank into silence. Natsuhi noticed that the water in the electric kettle was boiling and stood up to refill her cup with black tea. When she touched that cup of black tea, she noticed for the first time. Yeah, Eva and Rudolph are the least incompetent, yeah. Eva actually knows what she's fucking doing. And Rudolph, we haven't seen much about his business side. But he seems to be kind of the least messed up of all the siblings. I mean, he's a cheater, but compared to everything everyone else has done, I think he's the least bad of all of them. When she touched the cup of black tea, she noticed for the first time. The sound of the cup and saucer clinking together told her that her fingers were shaking. Krauss had built up a large debt to obtain funds for his various projects and to cover the losses when they failed. Of course, he had put the mansion and property up as collateral. Oh my god. However, doing such a thing above board would result in the mortgage being registered. In other words, there would be a record that Krauss had put Kinzo's wealth up as collateral to obtain a loan without anyone's permission. Kinzo, Eva, and the others must not learn of such a thing. Therefore, Krauss had been putting those assets up as collateral using the worst possible method. I signed over the deeds and power of attorney. Fucking hell, Krauss! What does that mean? It means we're absolutely fucked. What Krauss was saying, that probably meant that he had, in essence, signed away the right to his assets. If these assets had been used as collateral for a loan, then Krauss would still have some leeway under the law. He would have had to deal with the bank, which would have absolutely no compassion. But they would have to be able to work something out within the rules set by society. However, signing away the deed and power of attorney was a whole different fucking story. Oh, God. In other words, even the mansion they were living in, if the person holding the deed were to decide to ignore his agreement with Krauss and sell the mansion to a third party right at this moment, they would have no recourse whatsoever. Far from using collateral for a loan, this was basically the same as selling their house to borrow money. Look at this. I want you all to look at this face of Natsuhi's right now. This should be a fucking meme. This needs to be a meme. Right here. Look at this fucking face. This is the most perfect face for the situation going on right now. For her to look at Krauss with this face. Like, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. In other words, the moneylenders have the power to make or break the Ushimiya family as they please. If they were to suddenly sell a house on some slight whim, we'd have to pack our bags and leave right now, wouldn't we?
That is technically true. However, everyone I have had dealings with is very reputable. This isn't consumer financing. It's a transaction based on trust between economically literate men.
Yeah, I think one of them might be economically literate, but it's not both of them for sure.
I trust them, just like I trust the Moon Man and Sonozaki and everybody. And they, in turn, trust that by lending me money, I will achieve great success in business and give them massive returns on their investment. I signed over the power of attorney as a sign of good faith, and so that they wouldn't have to doubt in the certain success of my businesses.
I think a certain witch would have a certain something to certainly say about that.
What happens if I hesitate now? Wouldn't that mean that even I have no confidence in my own business?
If you were such a successful businessman, we wouldn't be in debt right now, wouldn't we? Natsuhi only barely stopped herself from saying that. Father is dead. What happens next? Will your debt be exposed to the light of day, and your siblings hold you responsible?
That won't be all. It will probably lead to criminal charges. I may have committed some light treason.
Criminal charges? What the fucking hell, Krauss? Why is that?
It's better if you don't know. Anyway, this must not be learned of by anyone.
Krauss looked at the floor shamefully. shaking his head over and over. If it would come to criminal charges, then he must have broken some laws. He's probably been so intent on raising a large sum of money that nothing had mattered to him but survival. Krauss had seriously believed that he would succeed with several businesses, and that he would definitely gain huge profits. So, he had figured that even if he stepped over a few legal lines, he would be able to pay everything back before too long and pretend that the whole thing had never happened. Again, Krauss is literally the boomeriest boomer to ever boomer. This may give... Oh, there's a typo here. It should be have. This may have been the factor that lessened his resistance toward breaking a couple of laws. And now Kinzo's death, the worst possible thing had occurred. And they wouldn't be able to keep it all hidden for long. What will happen to us?
There is no need to worry. You may not believe it, but conditions are most certainly on the rise now. Unlike, what history says about Japan in the 1980s.
Oh God, oh wow, the family is in deep trouble. Oh God. The Japanese economy is set to crash soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. Some freaking government guy is gonna follow the advice of some one-eyed yakuza and raise taxes and then just... Oh boy. Oh boy.
The value of the city real estate I invested in will rise rapidly.
See you, Ji-chan. Good night.
Right now, I am working on a project to integrate those and construct a massive business tower. This will be the most reliable of all my investments so far, and will prove to be the most successful. However, it will take a little more time for that to bear fruit. It's absolutely certain, but that doesn't mean it will happen now.
Will the success of that venture be enough to pay back our debts?
Of course it will. I'll be able to wipe out all the debt I've accumulated so far. So have faith in me. I only need a little more time.
But father is already dead. We don't have that kind of time anymore, do we?
I know that. I have to obtain some money from somewhere and pay off those debts right now. Anyway, I need money.
I knew that. I knew it. I knew it was heading to this. I fucking knew it.
Money, a lot of it right now.
Oh God, Krauss. As Krauss roared and clutched at his head, he writhed about as if in pain. As she watched, several emotions swirled about in Natsuhi's chest. Her emotions conflicted as she felt pity for her husband, while also feeling that he was a fool. And she felt a mixture of resentment and regret towards her own irresponsibility in letting her husband run wild for so long. Even if this day hadn't come, It should have been clear that they were in a very critical situation. And yet he had carelessly waited for this moment to come, and was now writhing about. Her husband was so foolish and so pitiful. It would be easy to let herself get fed up with this. However, she was his wife. For a wife, ridiculing her husband as a fool would run in conflict with her responsibilities. If he was a fool, then she would have to support him enough to compensate. However, she didn't have a clue what she should do, since there had been such a massive amount of money within arm's reach. Okay, Strix, thank you so much for coming for so long. I'll see you, okay? I'm probably going to stop at the end of this section. Since there had been such a massive amount of money within arm's reach, it was only natural that Krauss had tried to dip his hands into it. It would also be easy to tell him to be a man and give up on all of it. But that would also run into conflict with her responsibilities. She was Ushirumi and Natsuhi, the woman who had become Krauss's wife and sworn to support him, the new head of the Ushirumi family for her whole life. She had to somehow help her husband in his efforts to raise money. She understood it logically, but she couldn't suppress the indescribable dejection that seemed to rise up from the dark depths of her heart.
そうだ。親父の隠し黄金。
That's right. Father's hidden gold.
10トンの黄金なら200億の価値がある。
10 tons of gold is worth 20 billion yen.
あれさえあれば。そうそう。あれさえ見つかれば万事は解決する。
If I had that. Yes, that's right. If I had that, all our problems would be solved.
夏日、あれだ。魔女の碑文だ。
Natsuhi. That's it. The witch's epitaph.
あれを解こう。一緒に解こう。
Let's solve that. Let's solve it together.
黄金さえ見つかれば万事解決なんだ。
If we could just find the gold, everything will work itself out.
そうさ。この島のどこかに隠されてるはずなんだ。
That's right. It must be hidden somewhere in this island.
あれさえあれば。あれさえあれば。
If we had that. If we had that.
一体あなたやめてください。
Oh God, Krauss, what are you doing? That hurts, dear. Please stop it. Krauss, acting as excited as if he thought up a perfect, brilliant plan, grasped Natsuhi's upper arms tightly. Natsuhi couldn't help but be dumbfounded. She wasn't just taken aback because she heard him bring up something as fake sounding as the hidden gold. This was Krauss, who usually mocked the story of the hidden gold, saying that it didn't exist and that it was all an illusion his father had created to borrow a lot of money. This was why Natsuhi was doubly taken aback.
そうだ。ジェシカにも協力してもらおう。
Yes, let's have Jessica help us too.
子供の感性でなら解けることもあるかもしれない。
Maybe some things can only be solved with a child's sensitivity.
今は一家の一大事なんだ。
This is a family crisis.
みんなで協力し合わなくてはならない。
All of us have to stick together.
そうだ。あんなの親父が作った気まぐれな謎なんだ。
Yes, it's just a fanciful riddle that father created.
解けるはずさ。解けないはずがないんだ。
We should be able to solve it, and there's no reason we wouldn't be able to solve it.
それしかないんだ。
It's the only way!
ああ、夏日。本当によかった。
Oh, Natsuhi, this is wonderful.
まだ手は残っていたんだよ。こんなに身近に。
We still have an option left, and right next to us.
この島に黄金はある。
The gold is on this island.
それさえあれば万事解決なんだ。
If we had it, every one of our problems would be solved.
Oh God, Krauss.
夏日、ジェシカを呼ぶんだ。今すぐここに。
Natsuhi, call Jessica here right away.
家族の危機は家族で乗り越えよう。
Let's overcome this family crisis together.
さあ早く。
Yes, right now.
黄金はこの島にある。すぐ身近にあるんだ。
The gold is on this island. It's right beside us.
Oh, wow. Unable to withstand the pain in the arm he was twisting in his excitement, Natsuhi knocked Krauss aside. Krauss tipped over the edge of the bed and flopped over onto the floor.
Please
get a hold of yourself! And come, please calm down! Do you really think this Ushimiya family crisis could be solved with something as dreamlike as that?
夏日。
Natsuhi.
あなたもよく頭を冷やされて現実的な金策をお考えになってください。
Please cool your head and think of a realistic plan to gather money.
私も頭を冷やしてきます。
I'm going to cool my head as well.
待ってくれ、夏日。
Wait, Natsuhi.
Maybe he had come to his senses the instant he fell over. Krauss tried to tell Natsuhi to stop, but she just kept on walking. After closing the door forcefully, Natsuhi dashed away. Natsuhi ran through the corridor. Even though she didn't want anyone to see her like this, she ran headlong into Genji.
大変失礼いたしました。
My deepest apologies.
奥様、お怪我はございませんか？
Madam, have you been injured?
私は大丈夫です。
I'm fine.
放っておきなさい。
Leave me alone.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
源氏、
Oh, Genji.
お父様の書斎はどうなっていますか？
How are things going in father's study?
そのままにしております。
It's just as you left it.
南條先生は客間におられますが。
Although Dr. Nanjo is in the parlor.
そうですか。
Is that so?
書斎の鍵は持っていますか？
Do you have the key to his study?
はい、
Yes,
ございます。
right here.
お貸しなさい。
Give it to me.
しばらく私とお父様の二人きりにするように。
Let me have some time alone with father.
もし主人に私のことを聞かれても知らないというのですよ。
If my husband asks what I am, tell him you do not know.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
After grabbing the key to the study that Genji was holding out to her, Natsuhi ran up the stairs. She then flew into the study, finally let out a wail and cried.
お父様。
Father,
愚かな私たちをどうかお許しください。
please forgive our foolishness.
私と主人はお父様の築き上げてきたものを受け継ぐことができます。
My husband and I aren't capable of inheriting all that you created.
罪深く愚かな私たちを
Please,
どうかお許しください。
please forgive us for our foolishness and our crimes.
そしてもしお許しいただけるならばどうか愚かな私たちをお導きください。
And if you could forgive us, please guide the way for us fools.
Oh God. Bye, Nagels. Oh, and hello, Beatrice Ushiramiya. Thank you for joining us. Clinging to Kinzo as he slept in the bed, Natsuhi cried even harder. She kept imagining Kinzo sitting up suddenly and patting her head. No, father isn't the type of person to pamper. Most likely he'd yell at me to stop being so noisy. However, neither of these imaginations came true. She really liked him. Because it was an undeniable fact that Kinzo had entered an eternal sleep. But even so, Natsuhi begged the sleeping Kinzo to forgive him. To forgive and help them. It was still only a few hours after his passing. Perhaps his soul was still here, listening to her. Believing this, Natsuhi begged for Kinzo's forgiveness and help even more earnestly. Oh my god, what's going on? Too noisy! Haven't I always said that I hold silence as a virtue? Huh? That voice made Natsuhi jump up in surprise. When she faced in the direction that the voice had come from, she saw Kinzo sitting at the study desk, folding up his reading glasses. Is this her memories? What is going on? Did you get into a fight with Krauss again? Neglecting his wife like that. That Krauss only inherited my bad traits. Father! What a wretched looking face. Wash it! Aren't you the wife of the successor of the Ushiramiya family? You mustn't let the servants see you wear such a shameful expression. Yes, father. My apologies. Natsuhi understood. This was just an illusion, one that Natsuhi had created out of her desire to speak with a memory of Kinzo as he once was. No, that wasn't it. She believed that just for now, Kinzo's soul had shown itself to her. She was so sure that doubting this would cause it to vanish in an instant. It seems that at the instant the family headship was passed on, the family has reached a crisis. Yes, father. I wasn't able to support my husband. I am truly very sorry. The Ushiramiya family is so very cursed. It was in a terrible state when I succeeded the headship too. That makes your suffering seem almost cute in comparison. Kinzo's succession to the family headship had come suddenly. At the time, He had been nothing more than a single young man from a branch family, far separated from the Ushiromiya main family. The main family might have had honor and tradition, but Kinzo had had nothing to do with that. Then the principal members of the main family were wiped out in the Great Kanto earthquake, along with their businesses. On top of that, there had been a complicated antagonism between the members of the family at the time. And the elders had all tried to impose their will on the others in that sinking ship. Because of this, they weren't even able to elect a leader to revive the Ushiromiya family. Then they found a common ground and selected Kinzo, a youth with absolutely no ties to any of the opposing elders, to be the head. So the elders hadn't really entrusted Kinzo with the rebuilding of the Ushiromiya family. Kinzo had been nothing more than their puppet, with his arms and legs pulled in opposite directions. Yes.
お父様の苦難の日々はよく存じております。
そして戦争が始まった。
Yes, I know a lot about your days of suffering, father. And then the war started.
当時の私はもう生きていくことに疲れ果てていた。
At that time, I was already tired of life.
戦場で死ねればと願ったが、前線には送られなかった。
I hoped I would die on the battlefield, but I wasn't sent to the front lines.
しかし、日に日に戦況が悪化し、本土決戦の時が近づいてきていた。
However, the state of the war grew worse every day, and the time for the decisive battle on the Japanese mainland seemed to grow ever closer.
私は不謹慎にもその日が早くやってくることを願っていた。
As terrible as it may sound, I prayed for that day to come quickly. After listening to the approaching footsteps of that reaper, day in and day out, it is said that Kinzo started cutting his ties with the world, one by one. And then, on that day, when he had severed all of his regrets, when he had reached a state of enlightenment, it is said that he had a mystical experience. It is said that he met her, the golden witch, Beatrice.
私は魔女と契約を交わし、黄金と狂気の力を与えられた。
I made a contract with the witch and was given the power of golden madness.
その日を境に、古き私は死に、狂気の魔力を得た新しき私が誕生したのだ。
On that day, the old me died, and a new me possessing the insane power of magic was born.
存じております。
I know.
そして戦後、
And after the war,
お父様は天才的辣腕にて後ろ宮家を復興させるのです。
you used your ingenious cunning to revive the Ushiromiya family. The now deceased elders who Kinzo knew at the time had whispered to each other that Kinzo must have bumped his head on the battlefield and returned with a different personality. That was how much Kinzo had stood out after the war. Whether the story about Kinzo meeting a witch was true or not, there could be no doubt about the extraordinary experience of war that had prepared him for death and let him reach a state of enlightenment. If he wanted to describe that mystical experience, following all that as a meeting with a witch, that claim certainly shouldn't be dismissed out of hand.
そうですね。
That's right.
お父様は戦争からお帰りになり、
You returned from the war.
魔女ベアトリーチェを従え、真の意味での後ろ宮家当主となられたのです。
And he's the head of the Ushirimiya family in the truest sense.
そうだ。
Correct!
ベアトリーチェに出会う以前の私は当主と呼ばれるだけの人形に過ぎ。
Before I met Beatrice, I was nothing more than a puppet. Only the head and name.
私は黄金の魔女を従えて初めて当主たり得たのだ。
I only became the head after conquering the Golden Witch.
お父様、
Father,
その黄金の魔女は新しき当主である夫クラウスには力を貸してくださらないのでしょうか。
will this new Golden Witch aid my husband Krauss, now that he's the new head?
貸すであろうな。
Oh, she will.
真に当主を継承したならば。
Assuming that he has truly succeeded the headship.
真に継承するとはどういう意味ですか。
What do you mean truly succeeded?
真の意味で後ろ宮家の当主としての責任と誇りを持てるかどうかということだ。
Do you know how much is left in the scene? I mean, it depends on whether he bears the responsibility and pride of the Ushirimiya family head in its truest sense.
夏日、お前ならば分かっているはず。
Natsuhi, you should understand this.
当主とは血で継承されるものではない。
The headship is not inherited by blood.
魂と信念によって継承されるのだ。
It is inherited through spirit and conviction.
クラウスが我が長男であっても、それがなくては真の当主とは呼べない。
Even though Krauss is my eldest son, he cannot be called a true head if he does not possess these things. Oh, there's an hour left.
それが心に宿されていたなら、その人間はたとえクラウスでなくとも立派な新しき当主である。
I didn't realize the scene was going on for that long. And if that spirit were to dwell in a human, even someone other than Krauss, they would make a splendid new head.
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェはその真の当主に力を貸すであろう。
Beatrice will lend her power to the true head.
そうであるな、ベアトリーチェ。
Isn't that right, Beatrice? Oh my god, okay, you know what? I'm going to stop here on a cliffhanger here. So you know what? I think this is a good spot to stop. Because I think this will make a great cliffhanger for next time. I can't wait. You underestimated that was from the prologue. That's fine, got force. We can just do the same thing next time of the last part of this chapter and then, you know, a big chunk in the next chapter. I'm stopping right before Beatrice comes back here. Yeah, a lot of people have had to leave because it's late or Christmas, so yeah, I'll stop it here for now. Okay, you guys? Thank you so much for joining me this Christmas Eve / Christmas. You guys are so amazing, seriously. In 2 days, we will continue the answer arcs. How do you like that, eh? I am so excited for this. Alright, so in 2 days' time, we will continue and see what's going on with Kinzo calling Beatrice. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.